Way back in my glory days, the third grade, I was being hurled with great force through the public school system, and there, one of my most traumatizing, and by traumatizing I mean fond, memories, was running the mile in gym class. Oh, while it was an arduous and tumultuous task for any asthmatic, mathletic, stud-muffin, like myself, dreaded, there was one redeeming factor to it. If you managed to complete the mile run, you got this really nifty ribbon, no matter how much you whack the curve and prove that American school children are hopeless. This ribbon was a testament to the greatest 27 minutes of my grade school life. And without this prize proudly pinned to my prepubescent pecs, I would have been devastated. And without a pretty blue ribbon, which I'm sure would have been equally devastating. Why? Because I, like 30 million fellow millennials, am sensitive to rejection. And according to Generation expert Douglas Copeland, author of Generation X, Generation A, Generation MICKEY, MOU, get my point. He states that as a self-obsessed generation, we have all grown increasingly fearful of rejection and are oftentimes paralyzed. Paralyzed by rejection sensitivity. An April 26, 2010, Journal of Personality and Social Psychology article accurately describes how rejection can cause anxiety, diminished self-worth, a sense of losing control. Before ingesting these sources, you should consult a physician in case of severe depression, impaired self-regulatory abilities, incontinence, hemioblastoma, rheumatoid arthritis, rickets, and the occasional myocardial infarction. There are other symptoms, but I need to bust out this preview before my psoriasis breaks out. So first, we will look at the definition and effects of rejection sensitivity. Then we will examine the causes of rejection sensitivity. Before finally looking at some solutions to it. And boy, could I share you some of those right now. Not the rejections, the solutions to rejection. Is this not going well? Why are you all staring at me? And now you're laughing at me? Okay. Well, the definition of rejection sensitivity, according to psychoanalysis guru Karen Horney, is that it is a component of the neurotic personality, and that it is a tendency to feel deep anxiety and humiliation at even the slightest rebuff. How was that? Okay, better yet, don't tell me. Not surprisingly, this bona fide disorder, just like bipolar, schizophrenia, or Bieber fever, proved detrimental. The most obvious symptom is the inability to hear the words no, maybe, or without breaking into a state of worry, maybe even panic. Oh God, where's my ribbon? Lesser known, saying the word no. And that only leads to worthless electronics warranties. Weekends at the Renaissance Fair, or footwork to grandma. Which is probably where I got my psoriasis from. Though it may have been the Renaissance Fair. The next harmful effect is a refusal to take steps towards bettering oneself out of fear of getting rejected. Like when you don't apply to your favorite college because you're afraid they won't accept you. Hello, community college. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Or when you don't ask out the girl of your dreams because you're afraid she's going to say, ew, no, you smell like pickles, wet carpet, and stale Doritos. And I gotta tell you, that one hurt. I don't even like Doritos. The final major harmful effect of rejection sensitivity is a falsely overinflated ego. Oh, we may not shoot for the stars, but we expect ourselves to have a spot among them, no matter how little effort we may put in. We don't want to be just another person, and thanks to our general inability to leave our comfort zones, we think that we are the best thing to come along since the iPad. 2. For instance, after my first day of kindergarten, our entire class was handed these little certificates that read, "Congratulations, you've just survived the first day of kindergarten." Even as a guy, for the past 14 years, has been carrying around various participation awards, I can still say we have to draw the line someplace. And that place is kindergarten. What? It's my certificate. I ain't breaking bad with it. But what I am going to do is move on to my second point. Causes. And the best place to start is where most neuroses start from. Yo mama. And no, it's not because she's so fat that when she wears a yellow raincoat, peeps on the street be calling out, "Taxi!" What if I told you that 10% of all children are neurotic? According to a January 23rd, 2009 Child Psychology and Human Development article, parental over-involvement and intrusiveness leads to children with rejection sensitivity and high anxiety. The article probably had a few more interesting things to say, but unfortunately my mother says I'm not allowed to read psychology research articles after 9 p.m. Sorry. The other cause for blame is that we are all a bunch of sad sacks and complainy Janies, depressed and whatnot. According to a Mental Health America article last accessed April 14th, 2011, oh yeah, I accessed that yesterday, there are 21 million depressed Americans. And when we've got more depressed Americans than there were during the Great Depression, you know we've got a problem. Because of this constant state of worrying, we are preoccupied with comparing ourselves to other people. We need to look our best and better than everyone else, or else we feel bad. This would actually explain our tendencies to always keep a couple, if not at least one, loser friend around at all times. In the event that things go south, we can at least take comfort in knowing that we are not them. This is kind of a pain to admit, though, but I still have that ad up on Craigslist for a loser friend to call my own. Hey, don't feel bad for me. Help me out, damn it. Make a list. Jot down some names. In the meantime, I'm going to go reveal to you some solutions, which, hey, even if you don't find to be viable tools in the eradication of rejection sensitivity, guess what? Your rejection of my solutions is only helping me overcome my rejection sensitivity. Aha! I have tricked you. See, you have all fallen for my master plan, and you have just become my first solution. Take that, Tape Crusader. You still working on the list? But all trickery aside, there is also losing the entire sheltered lifestyle, as that only leads us to missing out on a lifetime of miserable experiences, which will eventually become cherished childhood memories when exposed to the harsh mistress of time. I, for one, am looking forward to that, though. Either cherished childhood memories, some extra time, or a mistress. I'll take any of the above. Step 3. According to a November 1st, 2009 Journal of Human Development, a parenting style that is nurturing and autonomy promoting, yet also firm and assertive, leads to and promotes higher self-esteem and lower anxiety. So, raise a strong family tree. A strong family tree bears good nuts. Healthy, sweet, virile, succulent nuts. But the most critical step of all is to learn from our mistakes and refuse to live in fear of rejection. Lucille Ball was kicked out of drama school for being too shy. Marilyn Monroe was fired for being unattractive. And Walt Disney, he was fired for a lack of imagination. And look at where they are now. Okay, they're dead. One of them may even be a frozen head underneath Disneyland, but that's all beside the point. The point is that they followed their dreams. And so should all of you. So, today, I hope we have learned a very valuable lesson about sensitivity to rejection. Through review, we've learned exactly what it is, what it does, what causes it, and how we can make it a lot less of an issue in our already issue-laden lives. But I would be remiss not to highlight our own activity as an invaluable player. Every week, week after week, we advance en masse to large sheets of butcher block paper in hopes of locating our name. In the event that it is not there, we sigh, we curse a judge, we blame our coach. But eventually, we look inwards for self-control. And then, we sigh, we curse a judge, and blame our coach. But in the end, hope springs eternal. And it is our ability to endure rejections that will make us winners in everything else we do in life. So no matter what path you choose to travel, whatever road you choose to take, just remember to always take your victories and your defeats in stride, and always put in that extra mile.